Hello and welcome to more Vintage Cube. Well, we got a Mana Crypt. I really enjoy Mana Crypt. I think in some situations, especially in aggressive decks, it's actually a lot better than Sol Ring. Particularly in mono red. So with Mana Crypt, you can go turn 1 Goblin Rabble Master, turn 2 Hellrider. Just think about how disgusting that is. And you need like a mountain, 2 mountains with that. That is so much better than turn 1 Sol Ring, turn 2, I guess you could go like Koth. But either way, it's fantastic. We're going to take it. Otherwise, there's Sensei's Divining Top. I actually don't know why I pointed that out. I don't think that card is very good to first pick. I was trying to avoid bribery because I think this card it's very good, right? If you're drafting to win, it's a fantastic win condition, but it just, I wouldn't put it in my cube for fun reasons because it punishes decks in a weird way. Like in some matchups, it does absolutely nothing because they're playing a deck that has like only 1 and 2 drops. And then if they happen to have an Emrakul in their deck, you win the game. So it's kind of a weird thing to throw into, especially a cube that's drafted in leagues. Like in Pod, you can maybe have an idea of... There's an Emrakul. In Pod, you can maybe have an idea of what, other people are playing. If like, I don't know, if you take the Emrakul, or if you take Bribery and don't take Emrakul, there's a higher chance other people have it. And like, if you play against an Emrakul deck, then nobody else will have it. So Bribery is only going to be good against that one person. But in leagues, that's just not the case. You could play against 3 Eldrazi decks in a row and Bribery would just be get Emrakul every time. So it's quite strange. Here we have Scalding Tarn, Lightning Bolt I like. Emrakul's good, but I'm not a huge fan of like early picking Emrakul. I like seeing what I'm going to be doing with Emrakul, but I could definitely see just taking it and then figuring out what to do with Emrakul. It's a very good card. I know people are going to want to say drawing a Tree Speaker or Gaia's Cradle. Part of me wants to draft the mono red Mana Crypt deck, so like just taking Lightning Bolt here, but I think Scalding Tarn is a more disciplined pick because it keeps us open. Wow. Actually, the cards I mentioned are just showing up Hellrider, Koth, and such. Maybe I just take a Koth and see what happens. I don't mind that. I did just pass Lightning Bolt, but I think Hellrider is slightly worse than Koth because Koth is good in a variety of decks. Like Burn, it's better in Burn decks and things like that, whereas Hellrider is only good if you have a lot of creatures. It's still fantastic, but I think Koth is better. Otherwise, Flooded Strand and Putrid or Gitaxian Probe are the picks I would go for, but I'm going to speculate on a Koth, see what happens there. Okay, not much happened there. There's a Flame Tongue Kavu, which I think is just fine, but not great. There's a Grim Monolith, which I think is fantastic. Also helps with the big mana. And there's a Wildfire, which could be kind of fun. We could go like Big Red, which is an archetype I'm getting more excited about the more I understand how good these dragons are. I'm going to take the Monolith, and then if Kavu comes around, sure. And if Wildfire comes around, then we can do something really sweet. Well, there's a Volcanic Island, so it's going to be hard to pass that one up. Blue-Red is fantastic. And Zurgo, if it comes around, it comes around. There's also a Workshop, which we don't really need right now, but just worth pointing out. But that is a relatively late Volcanic Island. And there's Glorybringer, just the card we were looking for. I could actually take... I know I just said Glorybringer was very good, but Golos is also fantastic. Good with Wildfire because it like ramps you to 6. It survives Wildfire and it like gives you more lands in play, so you don't lose too much. Glorybringer, on the other hand, is just a good card, and we can cast it very quickly. Do I think Glorybringer will come around? That's the real question. I think I'm going to take the Dragon. I just really enjoy this card. If I had taken Golos, then something like Ugin could be a pickup, and I could go... I mean, that would be much better for the big red deck. Here, though, we could take P and Kieran. We could take Garruk. I don't think I'm really going to do that. And I could also just take Ugin, right? I mean, I have the ramp for it. Maybe I just take Ugin still. Because P and Kieran is kind of medium. Yeah, we'll see what Ugin does. There's an Inferno Titan. There's also a Burst of Lightning, but... I've never really drafted Big Red in Vintage Cube, so let's see what happens here. Very late Smuggler's Copter too. I think that card is fantastic, but we get the Inferno Titan. This is actually probably a Seething Song deck, just to turbo out some of these big things. And this could be like a good Banefire deck too, we'll see. Rakdos Signet, Repeal, Grim Lavamancer. I think we're going to be going for a Rakdos Signet. I'm kind of hoping that this Wildfire comes around. I know it kills my Glorybringer, but it's good with what the rest of the things that I have going on. I guess my sorting here is quite ridiculous. All right, there we go. Well, we got Hellrider. and we got Godolphin Forge Master. I think Hellrider is going to be better in the majority of decks that we draft, but Big Red Artifacts is really sweet. I think Hellrider is going to be better in the majority of decks. We did get Wildfire, so there's that. And Zergo. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to take the Forge Master and go Artifacts, but I think Zergo Bellstriker gives us like a better fallback. Because just being aggressive, wow. Metamorphose came around? And Desperate Ritual. I don't think this is really a Desperate Ritual deck. I'll take Metamorphose. I've never really been impressed with Light Up this stage. So I think the way this deck is going to end up, someone took Lightning Bolt and Burst Lightning, which I'm not that surprised about. But basically the deck is going to end up where we'll probably be able to sideboard into two very different decks. One is Big Red, where we have like Ulamog, Thran Dynamo. Yeah, I probably should have gone Artifacts, huh? That seems more fun, actually. So if I had taken Forge Master and Workshop, then I take Thran Dynamo, maybe Wheel Ulamog. Could be interesting. I think I'm still going to take Thran Dynamo. And if Ulamog or Bonfire come around, that'd be pretty exciting. The other option is taking Phyrexian Metamorph, because it's good with a lot of things that I have otherwise. But I think we'll just take the Dynamo. And, ooh, Chandra is perfect here. Holy cow. Chandra is very good. She helps us accelerate into big things. She's very good with Wildfire. Yes. Alright, Chandra gets in the deck. Jace the Mind Sculptor. And Solemn Simulacrum. Okay. Both fantastic. We do have Scalding Tarn, Volcanic Island, and Metamorphose to make Jace work in the deck. It's a fantastic win condition, and Solemn is good. I would like to play Solemn, but it's not the most amazing. Yeah, we'll take a Jace. I think there's basically a 0% chance that Solemn wheels, but we're trying to ramp. I don't know, this card's just fantastic, and we have the fixing, kind of. Looking at Incinerate, Rishadan Port, and Thirst for Knowledge. And then to a lesser extent, Monastery Swiftspear. I think probably... I really do like Rishadan Port, but I think this deck really wants Mountains for Koth. And then, like, the colored situation is going to be a little bit challenging. Also, Port just goes way too late for whatever reason, so there's totally a chance it comes around. Thirst for Knowledge gives card draw, but I think I need a little bit of burn, so I'm going to take the burn when I can get it, and then go from there. This would be a very good Ajani deck, but I don't think I want to push the mana that far. We can look at Prismatic Vista, Venser, Abbott's okay, and then a colorless Selesnya Signet. I think I'm just going to take Prismatic Vista. This would make something like Crucible of Worlds better. There's a Wasteland, which I like, but there's also a Azorius Signet, and I just need the Signet. Helps fix mana for Jace. Ugh. It hurts so much to pass Wasteland, but this is kind of the perfect card. You need a critical mass of Signets if you're trying to play curve into 4-drops deck. So we need to make sure we get them. I think we have enough now that we can take other things more highly, like if we get into the Wasteland. Right now Zergo's not in the deck. Okay, there's a Splinter Twin, Sundering Titan, Mindslaver, Treachery. Interesting. Kind of interested in Mindslaver. That card does just win some games. I think this is becoming more of what should have been a Workshop deck. Sundering Titan also is pretty cool. 8 mana is a lot, though, to just hardcast something. And against some decks, this just does absolutely nothing. So I think I'm just going to take a Mindslaver. I think this helps shore up some of the matchups where our deck will not be as good. Here we can take... I kind of like Sulfuric Vortex, actually. It's kind of weird. I don't know if it's like the best pick, but Smokestack is medium. The problem is it's just too slow. Like, it takes a turn to even start activating, and it's only one counter. I'm going to take Vortex. That's a pretty nice sideboard card, at least. There's Bonfire, Lightning Strike, and a Gruul Signet. I'm looking just to take this Bloodstained Mire because I have so many playables, and this is another thing that can get my Volcanic Island to make sure I can cast Jace better. I don't think I need that many Signets. I'm just going to get better mana. Ooh, Blood Crypt. Well, now if I want black mana, I can just have it, I guess. Past in Flames. I don't think we're doing anything there. We'll take a Living Death because I'm not doing anything else. I could have speculated on Past in Flames, I guess, but it's just so far away. See, look! What is this, 4th to last pick Rishadan Port? That's unbelievable. Definitely going in the deck. That is that is so embarrassing. It's colorless. any aggressive deck. Really just any deck. Like if you have the mana for it, you could just put it in. It's a land. It doesn't take much out of your deck to put that card in there. And the benefits are very high. We'll take Abbott, I guess. Probably not playing it, although the prowess will be triggered a lot. So we'll see. Tristani, Cabal Ritual. Sure. Alright. White is quite open. Ooh. A lot of good options here, actually. Don't think we're Blight Stealing. There's a Chain Lightning. This could actually be an interesting Winter Orb deck. Tezzeret the Seeker, Memory Jar, and Mox Diamond. All very good options. Kind of leaning towards Memory Jar, just to like help us refuel, because I don't have too much card draw. Tezzeret the Seeker is also interesting. It can grab Mana Crypt and then start upticking an ultimate very quickly. They become 5/5s. But I think Tezzeret will probably come around more than anything else. So looking at Mox Diamond, getting the most excited about Mox Diamond, it just helps accelerate you so much. And it's also good with Wildfire. This is hard. Maybe I don't need Mox Diamond, I just take a Chain Lightning and draft play it safe. Because I do have, yeah, actually maybe this deck doesn't need Mox Diamond. Because I'm not accelerating turn 2 plays. I'm accelerating into, yeah, I'm going to take Chain Lightning. Alright. There is our Thundermaw Hellkite. Preordain and Trinket Mage are also interesting. But I think I just want the big dragon. Pestermite, Treasure Cruise, Relic, Goblin Welder. Goes well with Mindslaver and a couple other cards, but it's not the most amazing card. Trying to see if I have any fetches that I guess I could potentially put Damnation in the deck, but I think probably I'll just take Treasure Cruise. I have a lot of fetches, so this could be a good way to refuel. Here we have Luca. Doesn't really do anything. Megas of the Moon is okay. Watery Grave lets Bloodstained Mire get blue. So I guess I take that. This also makes our Black Splash, if we want it, like almost completely free. There's a Steam Vents. Batterskull is actually pretty good in this deck, I think. Although it's kind of a non-bow with Sulfuric Vortex. I think I'm just going to take Steam Vents. That way we can really... Okay, there's a Time Spiral. Is Time Spiral good in this deck? I actually don't know. There's Mana Flare, Kiki-Jiki, Firebolt, Faithless Looting. I mean, we can play Time Spiral. It is a draw 7, and we do have a lot of mana acceleration. Sure. Take it, I'll take it. There is a Shark Typhoon. Actually, I kind of like the idea of Shark Typhoon. Just making a big shark is pretty interesting. Otherwise, Wandering Fumarole also helps with the mana, and it's a creature that can attack. I think this is probably what I want. It's a good use of having like a lot of mana. It just cycles, and then, you know, if you go like Thran Dynamo, make a 10/10 shark, that can easily win the game. So I'm kind of okay with that. I don't have any need for black mana right now. Except for maybe a Living Death. But I don't, like, Living Death is just a bad Damnation because I don't have any way to get value off of it, really. Ooh, Fire Ice. I do love me a Fire Ice. This is not really a Torrential Gearhulk deck. Not really a Brain Freeze deck, although I do have Time Spiral, which is kind of funny. And then Renin 6. I don't have any green fixing, but it actually would be quite nice with all these fetches. But Fire Ice kind of does everything you would like. And then we have to choose between Tezzeret and Memory Jar. That's actually kind of challenging. So I only have a couple artifacts. I think I'm just going to take Memory Jar, which kind of makes me wish I had taken Mox Diamond over Chain Lightning. I didn't think I would get this much card draw. And maybe Memory Jar is just better than Time Spiral. It's hard to say. There's a Trinket Mage, which can grab Mana Crypt. I actually do like that, I think. Although I have a lot of playables. I don't have any white cards. Lyra Dawnbringer. So that would make Scalding Tarn and Bloodstained Mire grab white if I do play against like mono red and want to bring in a Lyra. I think Trinket Mage for Mana Crypt is still better, but that would have been an interesting line at least. Pestermite. Pestermite, we could trick people into thinking that we have the twin combo because we are blue-red, so they would have to like kill it at all costs. Otherwise, we could take Sphinx of the Steelwind, which is strangely castable. Now that I just took no, I took Trinket Mage. Alright, we'll take Pestermite. Here we can take Magus of the Moon. Angel Serenity is like the least castable card in the history of Magic. Batterskull is fantastic here. I don't even know if I'm playing Abbott. I think we're just 34, so this puts us to 27. This is effectively land, so I still need to make some cuts. Probably not playing Hellrider. Wow, Mana Flare. I mean, I'm not gonna play it, but we do have Mana Flare Time Spiral, which is funny. This deck is looking really spicy. I don't know if I need Treasure Cruise. I also don't know if I really want Time Spiral in this deck, so maybe Treasure Cruise is better. Because basically I want one-sided card draw effects. Metamorphose, Seething Song. So it's like Quick Dragon and then kill him. I like it. The old Sulfuric Vortex Batterskull combo, also pretty good. Maybe I sideboard in Vortex in matchups where I think it'll be useful. That could be more beneficial, because against some decks this will be like a liability, whereas against other decks it'll be very good. So I'd rather just have other cards I know are going to be good for sure, and then bring this in when I know it's going to be nice. Like I could bring in Vortex and get rid of Ugin, for example. I think I do like Treasure Cruise because I have a lot of things that will be hitting the graveyard. So I think I can run 16 land plus Metamorphose, or 17 land total. Oh, 16 land plus Mana Crypt Metamorphose, that seems good enough. So let's, I think I do want Watery Grave, Vista, Bloodstained Mire. So we're gonna play no green. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue sources. And then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 red sources. That's a really good mana base. And I could bring in Rishadan Port. I think I will, because the rest of my mana is still very good. I don't have any black mana, but that's okay. And then Watery Grave is in there because Bloodstained Mire can grab blue if... Basically, Bloodstained Mire... Well, I guess I have Steam Vents. I don't know if I really need Watery Grave then, because I only need double blue, and if both of these have been used... Yeah, I'm just going to get an island, actually. What just happened? I think it just added another mountain. Right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 red sources, 13. Yeah, so it added a mountain when I added that. Okay, so we're going to start the deck like this. If I need to move into a more aggressive deck, we can do some Hellrider, Magus, Mana Flare things. And if I need to go bigger, we can bring in Time Spiral. Otherwise, the deck looks really cool. I've never drafted big red. See you guys round 1. All right, we're playing against GGB. I feel like I'm playing against a lot of people who have very short names with a lot of G's and B's lately. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. We have Rishadan Port to slow things down and make sure the coast is like we can set up for our future turns. I think I'm just going to lead on Bloodstained Mire for Steam Vents, because yeah, and then I don't know, somehow I guess Seething Song really helps close the gap for Ugin. Well, okay. Don't like going slow against the Ancestral Vision opponent. That would be a good card for this deck for sure. Steam Vents do not pay. Alright, let's port them. Yeah, Rishadan Port against Ancestral Vision is not the best situation, but it's not like I'm doing anything else with my mana, so here's why I think Port is fantastic. It's just a land, right? If I was not playing Rishadan Port, this would just be a mountain, and then I would be in a much worse situation because my opponent, you know, could be using their mana. So yeah, it's not the most exciting use of my mana, but it's better than nothing. Pass turn, port them down, they sent me a message. You too, thank you. Ooh, and they're fetching. So now I need to decide what color to lock them off of. And I think it's going to be green. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, Time Walk with Ancestral Vision, they might even just play like Eternal Witness. We could be in a lot of trouble here. Yep. Okay. I mean, they just played 2 Explorers. It's not like they time walked with a Planeswalker or a creature in play. So it's really good, right? It's better than nothing, but look at the board state. I'm still not that far behind. If I don't draw anything, I think I'm just going to run out this Metamorphose to try and hit a castable next turn, because I do have a lot of 4-drop Planeswalkers that could be good. Okay, so that's a problem. And Nissa in particular is rough because she gets around Ugin, which is upsetting, but just how the world works. Wildfire would be pretty nice soon, so we are going to Metamorphose for blue-red. Wow, that is... Alright, that's a lot of land. And again, Rishadan Port stopping Forest from attacking me is quite nice. So, I mean, I guess I just play a Volcanic. Still don't do anything. And we're going to tap down this Forest on their upkeep. So we're going up to 5, so we can Ugin away the Nissa, and then if we happen to draw Wildfire, Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, we just drew only lands, and my opponent took 3 extra turns at this point. So we take 3, and then we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they also have Jace. Wow. Alright, I guess it's Wildfire or Bust, I think, at this point. Or Mana Crypt can help me cast Ugin, because Ugin would be so good right now. Alright, opposition plus Nissa, it's a fantastic combo. I don't think we're getting out of this one. But I got to see more of their deck. So I don't think there's any way I survive this, so I don't really want to show them more cards. They just leave me with Rishid Import. Yep. Shark Typhoon. That actually would have been an answer to Nissa. We're just very dead here. Alright, so not too much to say about that. I mean, they just had... I just drew only lands, so I didn't actually play the game. I think the deck is fine as it is, though. We'll just run it back. Time Spiral seems really suspect against an opponent running Time Walk. So, alright, this hand looks better. I have Wildfire in my hand, so I at least have some hope of, you know, casting things. At this point now, we just want to draw lands, so we're in the opposite situation of last game. And I'll lead on Mountain. Get rid of the upkeep stop. What? Okay, I mean, sure. We draw Ugin. Alright, come on, deck. I get sometimes this happens, but the point of this deck was we had a lot of mana sources, so we could turn 3 4-mana planeswalkers or other things. Running into their Ancestral Vision. Okay, at least I drew a land, so that's nice. I think I am going to ice their island on upkeep because I want to draw action. They have something? Come on! Oh man, alright. At least I drew Grim Monolith. That's okay. Now I can turbo out Ugin pretty quickly. Okay, and I'm drawing lands, so now there's that. Play Signet. Play the Monolith. I could use some red mana to have Wildfire available. Although Wildfire here would not be particularly great. I'm just going to cast Ugin next turn before their vision ticks down. They have Solemn, which actually gets around Ugin. Okay. Manamorphose is pretty good. So let's go red-blue for Manamorphose. Adding red-red. Or wait a second. I could also try and go Ugin into Wildfire. Or save Ugin for after Ancestral Vision. Or just Wildfire right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they would lose... They would still have quite a bit of mana. So I think Wildfire right now is pretty bad. So we're just going to Manamorphose, see what I hit. Heading red-red. Thundermaw. I do like me a Thundermaw. So I have a decision. I can play Thundermaw and keep Grim Monolith intact, or I can just play Ugin, and then if they have an O-Ring, that gets a lot worse. I think I'm going to go with the Thundermaw route, because Ugin gets a lot better after they've put things into play. I know it might kill my own Thundermaw, but if I'm killing Thundermaw, Nissa, and a bunch of other nonsense, it's going to be worth it. Because, yeah, playing Ugin right now, I play in my uptick. If they just go like Nissa, make a 5, strip mine my mountain. Oh my gosh, I'm running into a taste of my own medicine. They soar my Thundermaw! Alright, I need a land. I need a land really badly. They might Time Walk. Okay, land. Perfect. Now I can get Volcanic. Actually, I could just get a mountain. I don't want to get Wastelanded. Actually, I didn't need a land, I don't think. I can Chain Lightning the Sword of Temptation. And then Treasure Cruise. Because if they have something like Days Remand and I cast Ugin here, I'm in such a bad position. See? Played around it. 1, 2, 3. So... yeah, glad I did not go for Ugin there. I can still cast Treasure Cruise now. I guess I don't need any of these, so I guess I'll just keep a blue available. No, I guess I need all of it. Okay. Mana Crypt and a red source. Alright, I'm gonna take a lot of damage next turn. That remand was so timely. Time Walk actually just kills me, so if they have that, sure. Black Lotus? What the heck? Their deck is insane! What is this? Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have all the 5 currently. Wildfire will be quite nice right now. Just don't have Time Walk. Okay. Don't have Counter Magic, Cryptic Command, or anything. So, I have a couple options. I can go for Wildfire, that would kill everything and give me back my Thundermaw. So that seems probably like the best route. Otherwise I can go for Ugin plus Chain Lightning. The downside is I don't get my Thundermaw and they get to Brazen Borrower. So I'm gonna go to 2 life regardless actually, off Brazen Borrower attacks. So by Ugin, then I lose everything. Then they Brazen Borrower, kill my Ugin. So I think I'm going to, if I cast Wildfire, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can Mana Crypt in Ugin, but then I'm like in a really bad position. Alright, we're gonna go for Wildfire. And I'm gonna keep a Mountain. They've, okay. Alright, I'm never beating that draw in a million years. See you guys next round. Alright, we're playing against Pumpkey. Let's go first. Yeah, this hand seems alright. We have Incinerate, Treasure Cruise, Thundermaw, deck's full of Accelerants. Let's go. Opponent mulligan to 6. I'm gonna Scalding Tarn because I don't really want to draw too many more lands. And if they do draw lands, I'd prefer them to be fetch lands just to fuel Treasure Cruise. Don't you dare Thoughtseize. Okay, Putrid Imp. I imagine this deck has a pretty awful Reanimator matchup. Scarab God not as scary though. And they're down to 4 cards in hand. So I'm just gonna play Island. And the weird thing is I don't actually want to incinerate their Putrid Imp because then they have the option to get it back with the Scarab God. I guess if they literally have turn 2 the Scarab God, I could be in trouble, but killing Putrid Imp doesn't prevent that. Okay. Turn 2 Scarab God. So I can give them a 4/4 on turn 4, but I think I die by that point anyway. So we just incinerate Putrid Imp. I need a lot of things to go right now, but I just wanted to fill my graveyard because I think the way I win this now is Ugin, because that's a lot of damage. Thran Dynamo. Okay, I mean, if I go... So I take 5 down to 14, then I cast Thran Dynamo, then I can potentially draw an Ugin. That seems alright with me. Go Mountain, Dynamo. Don't have counter magic. Perfect. So now I go to 9 and cast Treasure Cruise. And now is the turn. If they do get a Putrid Imp, I take 1 extra damage. No, I actually just die. But I would have taken an extra 4 damage off of the Putrid Imp beatdown. So either way, I would be dead next turn. So I guess I have to cast a blocking Thundermaw? Unless they've Fallen Shinobi. Oh my gosh. Alright, Fallen Shinobi, sure. Let's see what they hit. It's gonna be Ugin, I'm just gonna cry. Batterskull? No! Ah, that sucks. Fortunately, they cannot return it to hand, but Batterskull would have been a good draw. Now I can draw Wildfire and just win the game immediately, which would be pretty good. Okay, Wildfire it is. And then yeah. Alright, that seems very good. Alright, no more complaints. Good work, Wildfire. Sacrifice all of my lands. And then we're gonna set up for a Thundermaw like next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go Mountain to play around something. Do this. Cast Treasure Cruise. Alright, no more complaints. Ooh, I even have Rishadan Port. So they just got max greedy because there was no way I was beating them if they just got back a creature there. Unless they have Reanimate. Okay. Interesting. Well, I guess it's still a game. They've drawn very well. Mana Crypt. I am down for Mana Crypt. Because next turn, they can't attack into Inferno Titan reasonably here. This is what this deck's supposed to do. I just go all face, and then next turn I have Thundermaw plus Inferno Titan, which is very scary. And I can even do that while backed up by Rishadan Port on their swamp. Seems quite beautiful to me. And I win the flip. And I draw Shark Typhoon. Okay, so we're gonna cast Thundermaw. Alright, we did it! I actually beat... It was all because they wanted to Fallen Shinobi instead of just winning the game. If they hadn't have done that, there's no way I could have won that game. So they're playing Reanimator, which... Time Sprawl is actually kind of funny because it's good and bad. It empties their graveyard, but it also refills their hand. Whereas Memory Jar, I think I'm actually going to switch these because Memory Jar fills their graveyard. I think. Let me think about this. I could also just go more red aggressive and cut both of those. But these tiny aggressive creatures do nothing against their cards. Maybe I do just keep Memory Jar. We'll just do that. Well, it's hard to ask for much more than this. We're just gonna ramp and then hopefully lock them out with Wildfire or something. They mull to 6. We're just gonna play Bloodstone Mire, fetch a Steam Vents. Because I would like to not draw so many lands. No turn 1 Entomb is also quite exciting. I hope they just play Pack Rat and then I can kill it. Or I guess even better is them doing nothing. Fetch. Steam Vents, do not pay life. There's our Wildfire. So let's go Mountain into Signet. Then we're gonna go Trinket Mage, using this for Mana Crypt. Set up for a real quick Wildfire. Don't care about that. Ooh, Chandra. There's no way for me to do all of this. Let's go Trinket Mage. Yes. Grab Mana Crypt. Then I can go Rishadan Port, backed by Mana Crypt. How much mana will I have next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I lose Rishadan Port, but that's okay because I'm denying them the mana this turn. And then post Wildfire, I'm just gonna have Chandra in play. So that seems okay. And I don't even have to go for that, right? I can, I guess I'll play around Daze, because why not? Cast. Port down their blue source on upkeep. This incentivizes them to play another land, and then they're gonna lose all of them. I'm gonna take this. I don't mind whatever's happening here. They don't have a land. Memory Jar. I think I'm still just gonna go for Wildfire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, Wildfire into land seems alright. Then they go down to 1 land and nothing in hand. Back here. Cast this. Then play land. Yeah, I kind of regret getting rid of Rishadan Port. It would be so good post Wildfire, but they missed a land drop already, unless they're just madman and just decided not to play a land. Now we can play Mountain, set up for Chandra. Wow. Alright, that went really well. Wildfire is a busted card. See you guys next round. Yeah, this looks pretty good. This is a turn 2 Rishadan Port, turn 3 Glorybringer, or Koth, depending on what I want to do, which seems really good. And our opponent mulligan to 6. We're on the draw, don't you dare. No! And they have to take Seething Song! Oh, it hurts. It hurts in my soul. Really hurts. Well, this hand got a lot slower, but my opponent only has 4 cards left in hand, so we're gonna limit their mana until we can make our own plays. And this is why Rishadan Port is good, right? Nobody's forcing us to activate it, so, you know, if we want to make a play, we can. But until we can get up to 4 mana to do anything, we can just lock our opponents out of mana, so that the game slows down when we want it to, and then speeds up when we want it to. And all of that, just for all you're asking is you just put a land in your deck. Like it's not like you spend any mana to cast this or anything. It's just something you use to play spells sometimes. All right, we're gonna get a Steam Vents, not paying life. All right, so we do have the mana, but we still are gonna hold up Port because it's just fantastic. They didn't do anything last turn on 2 mana, so unless they have end of turn Entomb, untap Animate Dead, which would be disgusting, we can assume they won't do anything this turn. Unless they draw a blue source and then play Looter. Man, I wanted to Glorybringer that. Alright, we got dragons. No way to kill the Looter, so if they have Animate Dead, they just have it. We're gonna play Mountain because Koth, and we're gonna tap down their blue source. Where are all the green decks? This deck really wanted to play against green. Like, just imagine Wildfire wiping all the, like, mana dorks. Instead, we play against Reanimator every time. Alright, let's see what they discard. Hopefully it's nothing too scary. Okay. Oh, Vampire Nighthawk? Okay. I'm I'm more excited about this matchup now. Ophiomancer. Ophiomancer I don't like, because that can kill Koth. Fortunately, I drew, like, a champion. So now I can go Rakdos Signet, continue locking them out of blue mana. So this feels like a Scarab God type situation. I could play Glorybringer, kill Ophiomancer. I think I'm going to kill Looter Core, because then looting is more scary than just getting hit for 3 damage or whatever. Yeah, that's what I was scared of. Don't have Reanimate. Okay. Jace. Okay, well I can beat Gristlebrand now. So they're gonna get access to blue mana, which I don't like, but I can't really see a way around it. We're going to play Glorybringer. Oh wait, I need more red. Play this. Attack and exert. If they reanimate Gristlebrand, I can just bounce it to hand. And we're killing the looter, just basically to decrease the chances of them drawing into whatever they need. And the beauty of this is like, that was a kill spell, but this also hits them for damage, and then it's a kill spell again. Yeah, the more I play with Glorybringer, the more excited I get about it. So this might be the Scarab God. Corpse Dance. Oh, they get Literal Core? Oh, that's... it still does get exiled. That's really funny though, that I disrupted their Corpse Dance nonsense. So I need to find a way to kill another one of their creatures. How do I do this? I can Jace Brainstorm into Incinerate. Can't really lock them down with Rishid Import. I could just cast Batterskull, that doesn't really work. Man, why's it gotta be Corpse Dance and not just Reanimate? I think my best bet here, I'm not gonna Rishid Import, so we're just gonna cast Jace and Brainstorm and see what I hit. Because killing Ophiomancer would be critical. Otherwise I'm exactly dead. But I don't think playing like a defensive Batterskull is gonna get me anywhere, because they're just gonna draw 7 cards. There's Incinerate. Okay, put those on top, play Mountain, Incinerate this. So now something is still on top of Gristlebrand. That's so fun. For me, not fun for the opponent. And are they dead? I don't think so. I'm drawing a land, so I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They take 9. Koth still isn't lethal. Okay. They can Corpse Dance with buyback again and kill Jace. Yeah, fair enough. Whoa. Oh, wow, that was a good play. I'm gonna tell them nice, because that was actually pretty cool. So I'm dead. I respect that. That was a very solid play by the opponent. Okay, so they are, I don't know, I guess the blue is just for looter. Yeah, I mean, Pestermite is actually funny against Corpse Dance Gristlebrand. Doesn't let them hit me. So I think I like that. Them taking my Seething Song made all the difference that game. Ugin is an answer. I think in this matchup, I want Time Spiral over Memory Jar, just because it shuffles up the graveyard. And Glorybringer, Thundermaw. Am I that excited about Batterskull? It's fine. It would have been pretty weak in that turn. I think it's fine. Maybe I just get rid of Time Spiral. Like, I just don't play either one. That actually seems okay. We'll just do that. Alright, let's get a good start. That's a turn 2 Jace the Mind Sculptor. Hopefully that can hit some red sources. I'm going to play Mana Crypt because I know they have Inquisition, and I don't want that getting hit. Because if they Inquisition my Mana Crypt here, we're just dead. It also somewhat bluffs a counterspell, and if they do Inquisition, I have nothing in hand for them to hit. So all around, pretty good. We do have more flips this way, but it's okay. I'm going to play Steam Vents because that opens the door to do some cool things next turn. Play Jace, and we're just going to Brainstorm. There we go. I'm going to put back Pestermite on top. I already have blue, so we're going to go Island and then Pestermite. That way if the Inquisition, it doesn't do anything. Then next turn, I think I like playing Chandra and then Wildfire, depending on what they do. If they have another Dark Ritual turn, that could get worse. Freebooter. Okay. Well, that's okay. Maybe I should have protected Chandra from Freebooter. I don't know. I was trying to play it on Inquisition because that's the only one I've seen so far. I can also just Jace bounce the Freebooter though. And this is the power of Mana Crypt. I guess Soul Ring would be better, but it's similar. I don't care too much about my life total. Let's do Tails. Did lose. So I know there's another land on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can play Thundermaw and start attacking. But that honestly seems worse than just going Chandra into Pestermite. Yeah. Mountain. Chandra. Actually, maybe I don't even cast Pestermite this turn. Maybe I just uptick and hit them for damage. So now if they play the Freebooter, I just Wildfire. Yeah, okay. That's what that is. Ooh, that's a good draw. Alright. Game 3 against them. They have more discard. So Chain Lightning, Incinerate are good. And yeah, we'll just run it like that. Vortex seems kind of awkward in a deck running Mana Crypt. But it would be good against like mono blue counter magic or something like this. Oh boy, we are on the draw. This hand does have a quick Chandra, so I can go turn 4 Chandra into Ugin. So if I draw any of my signets, turn 3 Chandra, this hand's actually pretty good. I don't have any interaction, so if they just quick reanimate, I'm in trouble, and if they have a freebooter, I'm in trouble. But Ugin is a good failsafe in general, and Pestermite, I think I'm going to keep this hand. Pestermite can stop Corpse Dance nonsense by just tapping the creature down. One has Creeping Tar Pit, okay. And I draw Trinket Mage. That's a good draw. So I guess we're going to play Prismatic Vista, because I don't really want to draw too many more lands, so we are going to thin our deck a little bit. Drawing a Signet next turn would be ideal, or a Lightning Bolt or something. Okay, the Fiend, I think, has to take Chandra, which is unfortunate, but we do still have Ugin to clear the way. Yep. And this is just going to get Mountain, because we want mountains for Koth. Okay. Play Scolding Tarn again to thin our deck more. I'm only playing 16 land, so Czar of Baghdad is good. Now I need to make a decision. I'll take this hit. They can Duress, take Ugin, they have Putrid Imp. Okay, so let's fetch up Volcanic Island. So I can play Trinket Mage and grab the Accelerant, but I think holding up Pestermite to play around Corpse Dance makes some amount of sense. How quickly can I Ugin? So I play Trinket Mage this turn. I grab the thing, I play a Signet, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can't even Ugin next turn even if I Trinket Mage. So this turn I can hold up Pestermite, activate, or cast. And then the following turn I'll have 4 lands available, so then I can Trinket Mage, grab the thing, and play Steam Vents untapped. Okay, so we're gonna hold up Pestermite this turn. Then next turn I play Trinket Mage, still hold up Pestermite, and then I'm good to go. The problem is Gristlebrand costs 8, and that's 1 more than Ugin can cast. So they do have Entomb. Okay. Alright, what do you got? The nice thing is now if they draw a creature, they can't Corpse Dance the Gristlebrand, but they probably just have Reanimate. And then this whole game plan seems silly. They discarded Corpse Dance. Rotting Regisaur. Okay. So they just gave up on it. Huh. Well, I like them giving up on it. Down to 14, it's not too low. Seething Song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still not there. But I can be next turn, so I guess in that case, I don't even have to Trinket Mage and risk my life total. I think I can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I could just go Azorius Signet. And then Mountain, past turn. So they draw after discarding to Reggie. So we're going to Pestermite, stop them from attacking with Reggie. They don't attack. Oh, sure, I'll block. Then I just get to Ugin? Seems okay to me. Right, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, Seething Song, Mountain, Ugin, -3. Opponent has 1 card in hand, I get back Chandra. Go ahead. So if they kept their best 1 card, yeah, take that Reanimator. Oh man, and that further confirms my suspicion that Reanimator is quite bad. So the deck was great. I think round 1 we had some unfortunate draws and opponent did pretty well. I mean, that's going to happen. I really like the fast ramp into very relevant Planeswalker strategy. It seemed good. I never got to Shark Typhoon, Mindslave or anything, but Wildfire was an all-star, as it is in most decks that you played in. Just killing all lands is already good, but killing all lands and all creatures at the same time is so strong. Or at least most creatures, right? It's all the small creatures, which is still good enough usually. And then if you just have creatures that survive like Thundermaw and Inferno Titan or Planeswalkers, it's a recipe for success. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This is one of my more favorite decks I've played in a while. I just like Big Red. So I guess I'll tell you one of the early standard decks I played in the Caw-Blade era, I know that's when I started playing standard, was Big Red. And it was one of my favorite decks ever. So let me look at Proliferate. Wait, that's in this deck? Hang on. Oh wow, this brings me back. This isn't me, by the way. I don't know who this is, but this deck's similar to the one I was running. It was so you ran Volt Charge, which did 3 damage, and then he proliferated. And then Tezzeret's Gambit was fantastic. So it's 3 mana. It's a divination, because you just pay 2 life, and then you proliferate. And then you would run like dumb stuff. I didn't run Chimeric Mask, but you would run like Everflowing Chalice and Tumble Magnet. I don't think I ran that many. I had more Planeswalkers in my deck, but basically what would end up happening is you would play Koth, you would uptick Koth, and then if you cast a single proliferate spell, you would just ultimate Koth immediately. And then your mono red, so you would just ping them to death. And then Codal the Phoenix, I don't think I ran this one, but yeah, I think I ran one of this, where you just have like recurring threats that could kill them. This wasn't exactly what I was running. But anyway, the idea of proliferate with Everflowing Chalice, Koth of the Hammer was just so fun. So it kind of throws me back a little bit to when Standard was fun. And I really like playing that. I know Caw-Blade wasn't the most fun era, but in hindsight, at least it was a skill-intensive deck, and the matches were intricate. And I got to just play Big Red with a bunch of Slagstorms, and I didn't have a good record against them, but it was fun for me. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys soon.